What up, though? All the way from Detroit. What's happening, everybody? And welcome again to another episode of Do You Even Transform Bro? Do you?
I feel like you should have a little bouncing ball on that. Do you?
Do you?
Joining us tonight is the normal cast of characters and a few special guests. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that business out the way. Say what's up to Bobby the Bot. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I need to turn you up just a notch.
Yeah. Is my mic sound nice? Check one.
Nope.
I hope we took care of that. Yeah. Backstage.
Hey, yo. All right, let me get a little noise, Bobby. What you got?
Okay. Check one, check
There
two.
we go. There we
right.
go. Sounds a lot better. There we go. Also joining us tonight, we have an oldie but goodie, Mr. Harrigan B. Flex. I don't have a sound effect.
No soundboard. It's all good. It's all good.
No soundboard.
What's up, my Tuesday night peoples? Always a
Yes,
pleasure
sir.
to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And also joining us tonight is Mr. Pinkerton. If you're nasty, everybody say what's up to Mr. Pinkerton.
What's up, party people? How y'all doing tonight?
Yo.
What up?
What up?
And then, of course, we got Mr. Rusty, the mechanic himself, who was surefire to have a funny story for us later.
I got such a good story for you guys later, but I am the Rest Mechanic. I am here hanging out with you guys, ready to do this thing. I'm fired up. Let's do it.
Yeah, he's been waiting on this conversation with bated breath.
Waiting.
We also got Derek in the building. What's up, Derek D?
What's up, everybody?
We got Darth Rod joining us.
I'm here. I feel like crap, but there was no way I'm missing this show, this particular topic.
You better be here for me, Scott. You gotta be on your.
You're gonna hold the line, Rusty.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's not that far to the ground there, sir. So you don't have far to fall.
That's rough.
And you got
Here it is, man. Some, you grow until you're perfect, and some of us just hit it a lot sooner than others.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah,
And
you just keep on telling yourself that. That's fine.
Yeah, tell him, man. Tell him. And I'm your host.
I can get in and out of a plane seat without knocking my head there, Pinkerton.
Oh,
That's all right.
True.
Listen, y'all
That's
both
right,
spent a
but
lot
I
of
have
time
to-
in there.
but I have to get your bag for you though.
All right, I see what type of time we on tonight. I see it.
We're ready. We're ready.
It's already
on
starting.
bullshit. I see it.
It's already starting.
I love to see it. I told you guys we're gonna get animated.
Yes,
tonight.
sir.
So without further ado, man, let's go back around StreamYard and catch how people's weeks were. I think we need to start. Let's start with Pinkerton. What's up? man?
Oh, okay. First of all, I'd like to apologize because right before we started, this mic setup that I just tested decided to totally take a shit. So I'm using my Bluetooth. So if I sound lousy, I apologize. I'm going to try to work on that while we're on the show. But what's up, guys? Glad to be here. I heard what the topic was, and then I'm like, I have opinions and examples. And I'm in the mood to argue with my friends. So
God.
I'm excited to be here tonight, and thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Eric and B
Hey.
Flex. It's been a minute, brother. It's been a minute.
What's
dude.
up, bro?
Been
I'm
killing
good.
it in the gym.
Thank you.
Killing it with the content. I see you. I see your story.
Appreciate it.
Listen, if you don't get that blue check by next week, something's wrong.
I know.
The algorithm is just off, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
But thank you. Appreciate those words. I'm trying to do my thing there. Fitness community reminds me very much of our realm community. Very supportive, very cool, very supportive. You know what I'm saying? So it's really nice trying to up my game in the content creation and all that. And of course, workouts are hitting too. Ever since I started on that creatine gains are
sir.
fucking crazy. I thought that was taking that shit before and I wasn't. So now, I'm glad I'm taking it now. Everything I'm like leveling up like in all regards as far as like my lifts and stuff, hitting PRs every time. So I'm good, guys. Had a nice chill weekend, a nice reset weekend for me here at home, tidied up, did some food shopping. Best part of my Monday last night. Had a good time with my boys and Chan, and here with you guys. Looking forward to this discussion. So.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. All right. Bobby, man, how's your week or weeks been since we seen you?
Oh man, it's been a roller coaster. hanging out with Smoke to doing Joe Fest, and getting in with that was crazy. I'm the only person in the world with the ramen toy shark, so that's pretty dope.
Great one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Look
yeah,
at that.
yeah. So
Oh,
yes,
Care to share that story, or do you want to save that for your show?
I can share it. I can share it. Yeah. So I can grab it. It's like right over here, but
Grab it. Yeah. I want to see it.
he's got a one of a kind piece. You got to see it real quick. Let's see
Yeah,
it.
man.
I just want to point out this is not a transformer. This is definitely not a transformer.
But it transforms.
No, it does transform.
it does transform, bro.
Yeah, yo.
That's slick. That is slick.
Nice.
It has a matte finish on it too.
Yeah, and then they did the eyes, the actual shark eyes on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
On the side there, nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope.
Slick as snot in the summer.
Okay.
How appropriate.
Okay.
Isn't Shark Week coming up too?
And got the gills on the
You got
door.
the gills on the
Gills.
doors. Yeah.
That's slick.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah, that's
slick.
dope.
Very well done.
The back
Cool.
says shark on it.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you can see the teeth. Shark
Is
on
that
the
tempo on the front, or is that?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Holy smokes.
and then even the shark teeth go up on the fenders as
Yeah.
well. So in car mode, it comes all the way back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
slick.
yeah, it's
So tell us about this piece, man. How'd you procure it?
So
so
we back in the old test shot days again? Is that what's happening? You got you have to send that to another reviewer.
no, this is mine. This is this is all mine. So I met Ace at Toylanta earlier this year, and I've been a big fan of ramen toys since the very beginning. I was like one of the early backers and everything, and just chopped it up with them at Toylanta. We brought them on the show, and hell, we did what I thought was gonna be like a 30-minute interview, ended up being like 2 hours. Ace just gave all the backstories. We talked about tariffs and like the stuff that was coming before it really kicked in, and so just a real cool dude. And so I had reached out to him because their website was down, and the pre-orders were supposed to go up, and I hit him up and was like, "Yo, your stuff's not up. I'll be there on Saturday," and just started rapping with them. And when I got up there, he was like, "Yeah, the orders didn't come through. It's gonna be however long." He's like, "But I got something for you." And
Oh snap!
I was like, I tried to pay him for it, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, he's just like, "Thank you." And
That's dope. That's
and
dope.
yeah. So
What's up?
he also gave me like a ramen toy. This is my second ramen toy display. It's a plate that says ramen toy under it looks like a plate, but it's actually a molded thing. But I have it hanging up. So when I have a teaser of the video I'm gonna do on this, and so when I do the full review, the plate's gonna be in the
Yeah, you can
background.
do it on the plate. That's dope. That's cold.
Okay.
That's cold, man. That's dope. That's
This
dope.
part of the episode is brought to you by Ramen Toys.
It's
Find wherever fine
absolutely
toys are sold.
not. Absolutely not.
Well,
But-
somebody we know is screaming at the TV right now.
A handful of people we know. But that's dope,
Yeah.
man. Cool story,
Yeah.
man. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And how else was your week, man? How was Joe Lanta? No, Joe Fest.
Joe Fest.
Okay.
Joe Fest. Yeah, so Joe Fest was really cool. I got for those who've watched the show, Chosen Prime is the sponsor of our show, so
Hey,
they were there. And
they give you a 5% discount. I'm just curious.
no 5%. What's 5% gonna do?
Never mind.
Exactly. But when you're only making 5% margin, it's hard to make $1. Sorry. Old school story that'll hang
Especially
around
out
for
of
the rest
15
of our
cents.
lives. Sorry to interrupt you, Bobby.
No, you're straight, man. You're straight. So
I'll tell you about it later.
it was like seeing friends and kind of talking discussions about that, and talking about the exclusive that's coming, and You know, so it's been 2 weeks of just hanging out with other collectors that I have a liking for, and then of course meeting fans and hanging out with, you know, other channel members, YouTubers, fans, you know, people who recognize me, people that I've been a fan of, didn't know they were a fan of me, you know. So meeting Haney, you know, which was really cool. Meeting all you guys in person and stuff like that. Just, you know, just a really dope couple weeks. And you know, I hate that I'm back on the grind at work. You know,
you're on a collector high, man. You're on a collector high, brother.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope, man. Well, cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. all that.
Be careful now.
that's that. Cool. That's the hit right there.
Anywho, Darth Rod, man, how's your week been, bro?
You know, it's been kind of crappy, actually. I feel like crap. I stayed home from work yesterday. I went to work today, but I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep last night. But you know, I'm here. I'm showing up, and I am prickly as all get out. So I am ready for every last one of you.
I'm pretty sure you are.
Yeah. But looking forward to this weekend. We're gonna go with a fellow collector friend who I've known for 20 years since adminning at the Allspark with him, and we're gonna do a collector show here at the end of this week. Not collector show, like just a local con that happens every month. We're gonna sell at a table, so that should be fun. That'll be my first time ever officially selling at a con, which is
really sweet. Nice.
What's the name of the show?
North Dallas Toy Show.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that before.
You probably kicked me out of the Allspark 20 years ago. Just water under the rug, though. Water under the rug.
Enjoy the selling experience, though, man. If it's your first time, like doing something like that, it's definitely like a time. Like either way, whether you do well, you're gonna be very happy. If you don't, I think the experience is still worth it. And over time, you'll find your flow.
Hey, man, I'm priced to sell. Let's get rid of this stuff.
That's what we do, baby. That's what we do.
Hey, famous words of Brian Brink. My regret is your reward.
Love it, man. Yeah, and also shout out to Scott for his best Bruce Willis impersonation. You're looking very unbreakable tonight, sir.
Oh yes.
All right.
Yeah, it's got the summer hoodie going on, you know. Transition
What
to
up,
the summer
Rusty,
hoodie.
man? Why don't you tell us about your few weeks?
So after BotCon, Betty and I immediately, the weekend afterwards, we jumped in our truck and our camper trailer and headed out for 2 weeks. We hooked up with some family in that too, so it's been a good vacation, if you will, in the woods of Canada. Except
Happy Canada Day, by the way.
What's that?
Happy Canada Day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm wearing my, required red T-shirt.
Hooked up with family in the woods.
Canada Day.
Canada,
That's
Tucky.
Right. That's right.
Wild.
Canada, Tucky.
But I thought that instead of telling the story, I could play a little video for you all and show it to you.
Yeah,
So,
bring it up.
Eric, if you want to play it. So here's the campsite that we were at with a nice beachside waterfront.
That's
area,
a natural lake, folks, not the man-made stuff.
Correct.
We have all over the
Very natural lake. Very, very nice and comfortable. The neighbors next to us said that's not actually my camper. That's somebody else. Said, "Oh wait, what's this? Is that a tree on my truck?"
Boy, it was so good the first time. I didn't know they were giving away trees in Canada. That's awesome.
So yeah, we had a wicked. Like I've actually never been. I've been in enough storms and stuff, and this was actually frightening. I actually it felt like a tornado, and the news reports and stuff afterwards said. By the way, that was the day.
The camper was rocking back and forth, and for the first time, it wasn't about what was going on inside.
It wasn't about us. It wasn't about. We didn't have a sock on the door. Everything was fine, and we were just sleeping. We were actually scared in that trailer, and of course, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. The tree could have actually come down on the trailer. But it's crazy. There were a number of trees that came down in that campsite. Nobody got hurt. Our truck got hit. Somebody's car got hit, but nobody had a windshield taken out. Nobody's dog died. Nobody got hurt. Nobody had a tree go through the trailer. It was crazy. There was a good 24 trees down all over the place. And unfortunately, Optimus took the brunt of that on the hood. So I'll be making a phone call to the insurance company tomorrow to get that rectified.
Technically,
you haven't called him
Rusty
yet?
has not. Rusty has kept his record of talking about something fucked up every week. Did you notice that?
I like to keep it entertaining, folks. No, so Derek, I actually emailed my insurance and I said, look, this is what happened. Do I need to do anything right now, or can it wait until I get home? And they said, if it's drivable and you want to deal with it when you get home, just call us when you get home and we'll figure out what we need to do. And I was like, okay, cool. So I did reach out to them, but they said there's no emergency if nobody's hurt, right? Car's drivable, blah 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 blah. We can deal with
just
it
cosmetic damage. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things are replaceable. People aren't.
Exactly.
So thankfully, nobody got hurt.
Exactly. It's just
I don't know. There's some people I'd replace.
Hey.
I hear you.
Tomato, tomato.
Other than that,
my bad. I thought I was on mute.
Wow.
It was a good trip because it was just cosmetic and we were still able to get everything home right and everybody was fine, dogs are fine, all that stuff. So it was a good trip. The rest of the weather was great. That was it. That's how I spent the last. I literally just got home 4 hours ago actually from the trip and rushed right here to be with the realm.
Yes, sir. Steve. Hey, let me address this real quick because Blue Destron is asking in the chat
about the Transforming Robot Convention in Toronto and Chicago.
Yes, sir. There's a few of us that will be there. I don't know how large of a presence will be in Chicago, but the day of, I know for sure there's going to be a good handful of us there. And it could be up to about 10 people.
We're going to be rolling.
Sorry, TFCon Toronto was last
Transforming
weekend.
Robot Convention.
Transforming Robot Convention was last weekend, was it not?
No. It's coming up.
Hey, it's by you. How do you not know?
Bro, how you not know what's going on?
Because I got something going on the same weekend and I can't make it, so I've already dismissed it out of my mind. I will not be making it to Transforming Convention Canada.
When is Transforming
I got
Convention?
one of those like
Chicago?
licenses now that let me into Canada, like through land.
Chicago is end of last weekend.
23rd through the 25th in October.
Yeah,
for Chicago.
Somebody's a thinking. You got
well, you see, your boy's got some airplane business in that part of the world. So if I could, maybe find somewhere to crash for an extra night,
there you go.
Just sort it out. No, I don't know.
Hey, you got a handful of people down there in Chicago. One Paul P to name a person.
Oh, definitely Paul. Yeah, we got a bunch of folks in that part of the world.
Yes, sir.
We have friends everywhere.
I do. I
Let's go. Yes,
pick a state, baby. We got a friend.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. So to answer your question, nobody from here will be in Toronto, but there will be a good bit of us in
Toronto.
Hey, you stay tuned. There may be something cool going on there. We might break the mold on that shit. Hey, is it at the hotel where they found that girl dead in the freezer? Not that I'd ever want to put any bad mojo out there for anybody.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about that? Sidebar: her friend just recently passed away
in a freezer.
Crazy circumstances.
Yo, that's some Final Destination shit, right there.
Like it was crazy. No. Crazy. Not to bring the show down, but like it's great.
Rusty, you're contagious.
Damn. Now I need to go drink.
Well, I was gonna ask you what was in that sippy cup that you stole from your son or your daughter.
That's Optimus on the front.
Hey, Optimus, that's that new toy line from Korea. With the kid eyes on it. Oh man,
Optimus or Jerome? Yeah, big butt.
Jerome Prime.
Jerome.
Final Rustination from Just G Squared in the chat, yo.
Yo, that's funny. That's hilarious. That's good. That's really good. All right, let's go to Derek B real quick.
Final Rustination. Oh god.
Hey yo,
trademark that right now.
So since we've seen each other last, it's been a pretty eventful couple of weeks, to say the least. And I got a chance to, clean, I got a chance to do things around the house, because I was on vacation. And I just went back to work last week. So I had to get back into my groove and everything, do my do my normal routine in the morning, get up, get my exercises in, get my mushroom coffee in, get my mental ready, and then just go about my day. I'm going back into the work 3 times a week, if I choose to, and just going about the grind. Shout out to my brother who just retired. Where he's retired Air Force. 35 years, and he retired as a senior master sergeant, and is getting ready to do his thing after that. I'm just real proud of him. It's my little brother, my younger brother, and super proud of him.
That's got to come with a mention.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's good. But I'm very excited, about his future endeavors that he's gonna, take on. And yeah, it's gonna be real cool. So it's amazing because in my routine of getting back in, I that involves Xbox too. So one night I had just gotten off the Xbox and I was just like, all right, time to wrap up the night and everything. And so normally I'm flipping through my phone and then going through socials, seeing what everybody's doing and whatnot, and then lo and behold, I'm on Instagram for some odd reason, and I see, my man Hurricane B over there, getting all his, workout. I'm flipping through all his slides, and then I'm subliminally hearing him in my ear while he's sitting on the couch. You know what you should be doing? You got to get up and get moving. Get moving, bro. Get moving. And then I'm like,
what you just said is why I do that. Like if one person gets motivated to just be like, yo, I saw your video. I've heard that from strangers. Yo, I wasn't gonna fucking work out. I saw your video. I went to the gym and worked out. Yo, fucking amazing.
Yep. Yeah. It's one thing when you're doing it, but when you got your friends lined up doing the same shit, it's like, I did push-ups this morning. What y'all want from me? I did my part. Come on, man.
Hey, it's always another gear, bro.
You gotta get up off the couch. I appreciate the way you look, but you don't tell me what to do.
Right? I'm the little. So just picture me as a little like devil or fucking angel on your shoulder.
Yeah, like, dude, and that's what it was for me, man, dude. Why am I okay? So I'm trying to go to bed. Why am I doing push-ups? Why am I doing sit-ups? Why am I on the steps doing inclines?
There you go.
Going up and down the stairs and then coming down the stairs, then up the stairs. Oh man, I forgot my water. Let me go back downstairs. All right, going back upstairs. Oh man, I forgot to turn the lights out. Let me go back downstairs. And I said, Jose, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. But I appreciate the free consultation. Thank you very much.
Of course. That's always great to hear, dude. It always makes me happy. And shout out to E2. I know during BotCon weekend he was holding the workouts. Anybody that wanted to show up and fucking get a workout in. So love that. Absolutely.
No doubt.
Yeah, y'all did y'all workouts later than me. I was up earlier and then I had to, do my gym.
Oh yeah, I was on vacation. And I'm not pulling the Gary at 6 o'clock. I did 8 o'clock, 8:15 actually.
Hey, that's good, bro.
Hey,
we were doing 6 a.m. shit last time.
When the show doesn't start till 10, you ain't got to do that.
That's right. That's right.
But all in all, that was my summary of what's been going on since the last show.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Listen, for me, it's nothing too crazy. There you go. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Been up and down with the workouts because I have a elbow injury, but it'll pass.
Oh shit!
Take it easy, rest, recover. Yeah, back stronger.
Eventually I'm gonna have to go get it looked at though, because it's been nagging too long. So I'm gonna get in the doctor's office and have him take a look at it. Just get some x-rays on it just to be safe.
I thought her name was Siobhan, not Elbow.
Hey, yo.
Well, let me ask you, is it like the elbow, or is it the surrounding areas of the elbow?
I believe it's in the joint. And I know when it happened. It's just been something I've been kind of self-nursing. But it happened when I was out at Joey's house working out in his basement on the incline. I got fatigued at the last rep, and I had to let that thing down, and it slipped in some area, and I think I kind of pushed the joint. inward. So it is what it is, man.
Grab a sleeve in the meantime. If anything, put some compression on it. It'll make it feel a little better.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to get another wrap tomorrow because I think I wore the other one out. But I'm gonna go get another wrap tomorrow and call it a day. But I gotta still do something, so I'll stay active just to keep the juices flowing and keep the gains that I have, so I don't lose anything too much. But that's, I mean, just besides work and closing my month out strong for what I do last month, you know, collecting just simple stuff, but nothing crazy, man. Nothing crazy. Just happy to be here with you guys. So it's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Well,
sir.
this is a segment that could go long or could be very short, just depending on depending on people's hauls, man. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into did you even transform, bro? Ooh, look at that. Look at that. And right back to me. And guess what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and get mine out the way super quick. I ain't getting nothing. Performance related. Not enough.
It's a wrap.
All right. Let's go ahead and go with Mr. Pinkerton if you're nasty.
Boom.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, new logo, baby.
Show the logo.
So I'm gonna tell you a funny story about this mug. Me and Derek and a couple other people got together, I think in like January or February, looking at some new merch ideas, and one was this mug. I'm like, that's cool, you know. And anytime we use that Teespring or any of that shit, I always order one just to see what we're getting into before we put it out there. This took 2 months to come. And we made this badass hoodie, and I ended up canceling it. So we got to find something else there.
Dude, I love me a good hoodie, bro. So let me know.
Yeah.
We doing the same thing. They take it forever to deliver.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They used to be really good, but we're looking at some other stuff now. I'm not gonna go back very far here because I don't want to do that to anybody. But I did get, I guess, you know, the man of the hour, so to speak, Superion.
Sweet.
A big old beefy boy.
Big old
So is that thing complete yet, or is it still missing a couple?
We're still missing 2 bots. So missing here and then back here.
Yeah.
How's it shaping up so far, Pinkerton?
Man, I'm really digging it. I mean, the Superion by itself, the Silverbolt by itself is a very good figure. It's going to be the best of any of these. I mean, look, we all know it's an airplane with a box underneath it, and there's really no way to get around that in this situation, which is fine. But man, the amount of posability you can get out, it just seems a lot more, and maybe because it's a little thinner, it seems just a lot more posable than the Minosaur was.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
The proportions look better too than the Minosaur.
Looks good. No, it looks good together, all put together.
And tells you how unplugged I've been. I totally even forgot they were doing the Bruticus.
Oh snap!
Dude, look at this helicopter, man. This thing is great, man. I mean, it is a beautifully done, detailed helicopter. I hope they do the same on the rest of the military vehicles.
Look at you using the old figure art stands, making.
Hell yeah!
Hey, actually, this is the stand that came with my rock box from Realm Nation, the test.
Oh,
so if you still have that in a box, it perfectly fits in the little clampy spot. So that's. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff at BotCon, but I'm not gonna go through that. So.
I mean, you
can sweet.
I don't have it here. Well, I'll show you a couple things because I was going to use these tonight. So during our swap game, I at 2 different points in my tenure there had the Knight Rider card, and didn't end up with it. But I Logan's crazy ass bought me one on the sales floor. So and it's actually really, really good. And
motherfucking Realm, bro.
Yes, sir.
Don't you love that, dude? It's so nostalgic.
Yeah. Let's see. I can show this too. So
we gave him back a gift in kind. He went home with a warm bucket of chicken salad.
Oh my god, you guys are terrible. Anyway,
nuts, bro.
So
oh goodness.
This is probably my favorite purchase in a while is the blocky Soundwave, man. This thing is nice. So I went in on all 3 of the action series, I believe they're called, these larger kits, and had an absolute blast putting them together. And I'm just chomping at the bit for them to do more. These non-transforming toys. I don't know who I'm triggering, but I can't wait to find out. And I also won a Gundam in the that was my prize from the swap, and I took the time to put him together and make him all nasty.
Yeah, you jazzed that thing up, man. The weathering on that was crazy. Good job, guys.
Guys, I'm going to tell you the secrets of weathering. Do you know what I did to do this? Water,
acid water,
and a black acrylic marker, and a paper towel, and some Q-tips. And then I put some chrome highlights on it. So yeah,
don't take much.
Super easy. And this is the silliest thing I've bought at a convention in a long time. And I don't know why I wanted it, but everybody that was there in the lobby knows. I bought the Dark of the Moon.
Oh, good
iron.
Dude.
I
was dope back in the day, though.
No, back in the day, that was the shit. That was the shit.
Yeah.
Does this scale or what?
It does.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Totally does.
Perfectly. I'm like, make more cards this size. This is.
It's perfect.
I was like, that's fine. It'll be cool to flip back and right. This thing is amazing. I love this guy.
Chris, I haven't opened mine yet because the box is like so beautiful, like that G1 style aesthetic. I'm like, I need to buy another one just to open.
That's the problem I had too. Yeah, I was gonna buy one, but I saw it on the shelves, like, but I don't want to open the box.
Right.
Nice.
Right. Well, if I had known the box was such a coveted item, I could have just given you the box. And you can't quite see it back here. Let me cut my lights off. You might be able to see. Nope, you can't. Yeah, you can.
Oh wait, there's the
the Shark Decon horn, right?
Dude, that's what a picture.
Dude, I didn't count how many up to, but I think I got 4 Sharkies and 2 Alicons.
I think I counted $200 worth of Shark Decons.
That's crazy, dude.
That's a night at the bar, man.
That's a
night at the bar. I mean, let me see what I got. I got some ramen vans from the Jackal Squad. They finally showed up via Brink, and I'm sure I'm missing a dozen things, but who cares? So that's me. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Hurricane B Flex pulling.
Boom. All right, I'll be super quick. I showed this off last night, but I would recommend anybody pick this up. This is the MD 005 KO. I'm sorry, dirty word. Studio Series Optimus Prime. They improved this thing in every way. Fillers on the alt mode. They give you fillers for the windows. You know, you can make it animation accurate.
To the window.
To the wall. Chromed out freaking wheels, rubber wheels. I mean, and $20 less than official retail. So I'm not complaining at all.
With a trailer
they fixed
with the trailer and every blast effects and fucking every the star screen parts. It's like the
Megatron arm.
Yeah,
it's like the MP chug version of like what the MP that we got like a few years ago. It's crazy, crazy.
The plus key.
They fixed the stacks on that too, so they don't stand around as much.
They're way fucking tighter.
That was
way
the thing that was
nicer.
so disappointing for me on that. I was like, why are these things just flopping around anyway?
And the different head sculpts like they give you, like they give you the animation accurate, like Optimus head and stuff. I'm gushing over this. This is a great piece. Like Chris, also got my Silverbolt Centurion.
Look what he did.
And I put my guy on the arm for now. He's got Vortex
Scramble
too.
City.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Scramble City, this bitch. So very nice piece. I like it. Chris, like you said, you said he was easier to pose. I actually feel like his like knee joints and stuff like are a little weaker, like the ratchets. I feel like if you don't pose him the right way, he might buckle. And the Minosaur doesn't do that.
I don't know. I didn't notice that.
But really, really nice. Can't wait to get the last 2. And I can't wait for the Bruticus either. I'm really liking
crazy.
the Vortex.
We have 3 chug combiners currently in the pipeline. By the end of the year, I mean, I don't know how quickly the Combaticons are coming out, but
I think we're gonna. They only do I think 2 commanders a year, so I think we're gonna get the rest of the Combaticons next year. But that's me, guys. Enjoyed my purchases.
That's what's
Love
up.
it. Thank you.
All right, Bobby the Bot. We're just going in order. Run down your list.
So I have a haul video coming or haul live coming this weekend, so I don't want to spill too much of it. But I will talk about one thing in particular because some of you guys were actually there, and Eric, I definitely want to mention this to you, and it was Sam Formers actually won the Nelson, and then decided to put it up for auction. And to continue the conversation, since Sony was on here last week, I outbid Sony by $2.
Nice.
So when this initially went up, I jumped out there. I was just like $60 or whatever, and it went up to, I think it was $250 or something like that. So an expensive investment for an Ollie, but it went to a good cause. So
hey man, that's not Ollie, that's Nelson.
That's Nelson.
I mean Nelson. Ollie, sorry, Ollie Mold. This is Nelson though. Yes, sir. Yeah. I did.
Have you cracked it open yet? I see the tape up.
Oh yeah.
Good. You see
the
logo.
That's awesome, and really appreciate that. Like, appreciate you throwing your money down for a piece. Yeah. Like, we're very proud of that figure that we were able to do.
Hey, we're all about setting market value, folks. Your investment in the rock box is paying off over year over year.
Yes, sir. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. And then in the dealer room, I actually grabbed another one.
Nice.
Go.
And so
I know who sold that.
The only problem is it broke.
No.
Yeah. So
which part?
The
was it the waist?
Yep.
Was it the oh yeah.
Darn it.
You might be able to get, if you reach out to Keith through Hanny, possibly you might be able to get a replacement piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely try to do that. So I want to, again, like I said, I have a haul show this week. So I showed off the shark. I'd be here all day if I
good, man.
Went through what I got. But
appreciate you joining us and giving us a sneak preview.
Some of my regulars on the channel, and we do an arbitrary guess of how many figures we might have picked up for the month, and so my basement got flooded last month, so I'm just actually getting back into the studio recording. So like all my stuff isn't even down here to show. So it will be happening though.
Yeah, awesome, hey, we're just glad everything worked out with the flood, man. Like that could I never want to deal with that stuff, man. So more power to you. And thanks again for supporting the auction. I mean, you and Sony did go head up for a minute, like Price is Right style. But we appreciate it. It made things fun. And also, obviously, it benefited sickle cell research and care. So we appreciate that, man, for sure.
Yeah. Awesome.
Y'all were there when they got to the $190 mark, and then he went to Sony went, who the fuck?
He did have that look. He did. Yeah. He turned around and Bobby was cheesing too. Boy.
I mean, he tries to say that I outbid him, but he outbid me. I jumped out there first. He started it.
Hey,
it was a very spirited thing, and it was real cool to see. It was awesome.
I'm glad I could help. I didn't know about it until it was too late, so I didn't bring a gift. So I'm glad I was able to contribute another way.
That's cool. Man. No, that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
That's what's up.
All right, let's head over to Darth Rod. We lost Pinkerton, but he'll be back shortly, I'm sure.
All right. We're gonna start with ship to whatever stash or whatever, and this I had held out on this one because I'd already gotten it from somebody else, and I'd forgotten that I had it on pre-order, but then it dropped, and so going to be selling this weekend, a boxed X Transbot Boost, cliff jumper, or wind charger. Sorry,
wind charger. Yeah.
Yep. Then a upgrade kit for the Nemesis that I picked up at BotCon.
Okay.
My first Moon Studios bot, got another one on the way already. These things are great.
Yeah, those look nice.
Train bots.
Yep. Train bots. I'd held out on them. And then
is it a patient saves pockets thing, or the market value rise on those?
No. Patient save pockets on that one.
Good.
Nice.
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Another pickup. that I had. That one definitely patient safe pockets.
Oh, okay,
that's dope.
And then since they're finally coming out with their ram horn, I picked up Steeljaw.
Okay.
From MMC. And then the last but not least, to continue on with the mint and seal box Vinyl Tech collection. Picked up number 1.
Yes.
Nice.
So
how much did that set you back?
Okay, my wife watched the show. We're not going to talk about
I
it.
understood. That's
$40, bro. Everything costs $20.
Did you get it in the
$20? I'm gonna say this, and I don't call her out enough. This room is like because of her. Like she encourages everything that I do in this thing. So she's amazing. So I don't have to hide my purchases. I was just joking around.
No, it was funny though. It was funny.
$40.
120 actually. It was definitely a good deal for that one.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Our one with the paint and the die cast.
I got it in a trade. Honey.
Nice.
Oh, there's that mic. Yeah.
Got it to work.
Had to do a reboot.
Oh, it was a
Have you
mess.
turned it off and turned it back on again, sir?
Well, I had it plugged into itself, so.
Well, there you go.
No, it's this mic it's that old stupid plug. I don't even know what you call it. It's like the stacked one, and it's bent a little bit, and I adjusted the mic wrong. It for some reason the computer forgets, and even when I plug it back in, I have to go back into the settings in the computer, and it's ridiculous. I got to get my shit together, guys. I'm not a serious podcaster. I rely on other people's equipment.
I saw that your display up there had lots of Sharkticons and Alicons, but I saw only one. Did I see only one actual Quintesson?
You need 3, bro.
I've actually just got 1 Quintesson, so I'm short 2 Quintessons.
All right, send me your address on Facebook, and I will send you 3 of these.
Oh hell yeah, that's awesome, dude. Well, I guess I need the 2. They only came in that gift set from SDCC years ago. What is that character? The guard or whatever.
Oh
yeah. I need to. Yeah, and he got his little fucking. I call it his Pope seat. I don't know why.
So yeah,
that's awesome, dude. Thank you.
Yeah,
flesh it out.
All right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Thank you much.
That does me.
All right.
Community people.
Let's head on over to Mr. Derek B. If I can ever get this button right. There we go. All right.
There it is. All right. So I, in my, chilling out over the week, last week, I finally decided to break this box open because it had to be breaking open. It had to be broken open.
It's all good.
Yeah, broken open.
Words are hard tonight, man. I get it.
I know. Yeah. So
this is a show you don't necessarily need to tell.
Like, I need to get this one out the way. So, because I looked at this box all weekend at BotCon, I feel like I told Sean, I was like, yeah, this is the one I need to get next. And then she got that one, and here it is. Got my Blockies Transformers 1 version 2, wave 2 set, and I put them all together. So you got Soundwave from Transformers 1. Transform these from a package to this. So yeah, I transformed, bro. So yeah, Shockwave. Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in the field based upon Eric B's.
Listen,
nope.
My opinion is my opinion. This is Transformers adjacent, so
I'm glad that you recognize that it's an opinion. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Just notice every time I show a figure, look at Eric's face. So there's Megatron. there's Starscream.
Just notice it's not because. Never mind. You lucky you got tie-ins with this company, or I would flame you in.
Oh, hold on, Eric. Hold on, real quick. Let me interrupt you, Derek, because I did something ridiculous last week. I did hotel blockies. I bought blockies at Walmart and put them together in the hotel because I was by myself, and I'm like, I want to build some fucking blockies, and it was $12 for 3 of them. So, don't
they help pass the time though?
It does. I love it.
Do. Yeah,
like me and Lego.
B16 with the jetpack. And
hey, man. How many more you got?
Elita 1.
There's
9 of them.
Oh my god!
There you go, 9. Yeah, $9. Yep.
Eric, I just want to say I never would have put you through the pain. I would have just shown you the box, buddy. I'm just saying.
Nope, we're doing it this way.
I'm just
showing you the box. And I got one of my favorites. Badassatron.
That was good. That was good. Impressive. Well done.
My favorite figure out of the whole set, a good Alpha Trion.
Nice.
This is actually the piece that I wanted out of the whole set. So,
nice.
Yeah.
I will say the Sentinel Prime out of that first movie set is phenomenal. That's the best one of the movie ones.
Yeah. I got that one sitting somewhere. But
that Action Master,
I got that one.
If you got the classic class version of Sentinel Prime, yeah, that shit's fucking amazing.
I didn't get that one yet. I need to get that.
So,
but yeah, that was it. That's it for me. You know.
Easy. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Rusty.
You okay, Eric?
It's been a crazy 2 weeks for you. I'm fine. I've made it. You lucky. Let me just say that. All right, I'm gonna give you a pass tonight. Rusty, what about you, buddy?
Yeah, so I after having a tree fall on my truck, I decided that you only live once. And remember when I said I would never buy fans toys or masterpiece figures ever again?
Oh yeah.
Yep, I remember. I remember when you said you was going to send it to me after you showed it.
So ever has come to fruition is what you're
Changed my mind because I keep seeing stuff about this guy. Actually, the reason why I bought this guy was because I thought, you know what? There's probably people out there that want this thing and they didn't get a chance to buy it, or they just thought it was too expensive. So this is in the raffle, but you guys didn't give me enough entries, so now I'm keeping it.
And then it comes to me. Oh, yeah. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. You know what? It's phenomenal though.
You know what? We didn't. I did take it out of the box and checked it out, and I was standard stuff with fans toys, right? They're so good at what they do, and it makes me sick. But whatever, like
a
it
little
looks
overwhelming
absolutely
to get it all together.
Fantastic.
But it's crazy.
Anyway, I'm gonna throw this one up in this month's raffle, as well as the Magic Square Vortex came out, right? Tornado. So I'm gonna throw those two up for this month. We'll talk about that later in the show. But that's what I picked up there. I think that showed up while I think it was just before I ended up going camping, so it did show up. Yeah, and I'll be checking that guy out more later and doing stuff with it. But yeah, impressive figure as always. Oh, by the way, I was one of the ones I just want to go back a little bit. Just a quick story for the swap, the gift swap that we did. And I was going through Toys R Us because we still have Toys R Us in Canada. And I saw the Knight Rider on the shelf, and I thought I was being smart. I was like, Knight Rider, man, everybody's going to want this thing. And then 3 of them showed up in the.
But everybody wanted it.
Everybody still wanted it, but I was like, yeah, but doesn't
you gave an extra chance for somebody to win, because that thing got. All 3 of them got shuffled around.
They all got shuffled
like
around,
a deck of cards, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that means people wanted it.
I was actually trying to get it back at the end because I didn't see anything else in the room that I actually wanted. But by the time my name got called, they were all locked out, and I was like, all right.
And to be fair, there was still a lot of good stuff this year.
Oh, there was.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, good job, guys. Good job.
That was it.
Well, let's go ahead and pay some bills really quick before we get into the main topic. Y'all know that's an old show term for those who've been following along. But let's get into our title sponsor. This episode of Do You Even Transform, Bro is brought to you by NickTheToyGuy.com. Head on over to NickTheToyGuy.com and use our promo code DYETB10 for 10% off your entire order. Do not forget to combine that with our other promo code, Free Ship, to get free shipping for rates under $10. I repeat, head on over to NickTheToyGuy.com. Use our promo code DYETB10 for 10% off your entire order. And don't forget to combine that with our other promo code, Free Ship, for free shipping on rates under $10. You can check them out for all your masterpiece, third party, and action figure needs.
He's got cesium. He's got cesium
in stock right now on his website.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah,
And
Cesium salami.
Yeah, I think he also he may have some dead ends, so look out for that and use that promo and use that code.
He
now I know how expensive
too,
dead end is.
Yep.
I mean, Bandit.
Go get him.
We all know it.
All right. Well, tonight's show. I can't even get it out. All right. Tonight's show, guys, is a part 2 to follow up on the age-old question: is it considered a transformer if it does not transform? Now, Scott had come up with some questions about this, and then also Derek had a couple of good points as well that he wanted to bring to the foyer. How does it fit in your collection? Does it affect your display if it doesn't transform? Does it display better if it doesn't transform? Or
right up front.
I mean, do we even consider it does it even transform, bro? If it's a transformer.
Yeah, so we're gonna go beyond the discussion of is it a transformer? Yeah.
And as you know, guys, we like to deep dive topics like this, so we're gonna dig a little deeper here tonight. So I'll go ahead and turn it on over to Scott, let him kick us off, and then we'll get into it.
All right, so 2 of us castmates were not here for the original conversation, if you will.
Yeah, they were scared. Oh, sorry.
We were both trapped in travel, and so we wanted to have an opportunity to express our viewpoints. So I will go ahead and start us off and be as brief as I can. And so for this the question is it a transformer if it doesn't transform? And I would say that it is not a transformer verb, but it is a transformer proper noun. It's even branded transformer on the box you open. So there's no question it's a transformer, but it just doesn't transform. There are items out there that transform. Verb transformers.
Yeah. That's it. You've been waiting 3 weeks for that.
He's trying to keep it short.
All that time.
Keep talking
so
a
we can
lot
get to
more
the other
just in the
questions,
background than just that. So anyway.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Let's head on over to Pinkerton, man. You had some strong opinions on this as well. So why don't you go ahead and address
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Scott just nailed it on the head. Transformers is a brand. These characters, like this is Vortex. He is one of the Transformers, but so is Nemesis Prime from 3A or from MDLX. It's a Transformers character that drops his fucking axe and his hand. Yeah, look, it's just like a Mayfix. If you know, you know.
God.
But I mean, to me, it's at this point I enjoy the engineering and the Transformers, but it's the characters. Like these characters are from, and that's kind of what I think. Elaborate on what you're saying, Scott. Is we love these characters, and whether or not they transform or not is personal choice, taste. But the thing is, it isn't like they're only making them non-transformable. Like, how many Optimus Prime molds are there right now? Like 700. Counting third parties, 800, and the KOs and the upgrades, right? So everybody gets everything they want, right? So that's kind of like, showing these cars and stuff. Like, these are a ton of fun to play with. Would I ever have bought this car, like a Knight Rider car? No, but it being a Transformer, it's a cool thing to have. That's my valuable 2 cents.
I'll piggyback on you real quick. I think the last time I was on with this topic, I think I expressed that same opinion. Transformers is a brand, so whether you have a figure that could actually convert and transform into vehicle and robot mode, great. But yeah, this is Optimus Prime, right? And I could transform this thing, and it's great, right? But this is also Optimus Prime, and he doesn't transform, but he's a transformer. He's a part of the Transformers brand. So I feel like the brand rules overall. Like that determines whether you're a transformer or not. And we got all these third-party companies technically not transformers, right? They're not official, even though they do convert.
But they're representations of a Transformers character.
But as Scott said, You buy this Blockies, it says Transformers Authentic on the packaging and stuff like that.
Yep.
So to me, it's a Transformer. It's a Transformers character, despite the lack of the, like you said, the verb of actually converting this into another mode or whatever. So that's just me.
All right. Well, Bobby, let's go ahead and school these fools. What you got?
Well, you know,
Uh-oh.
let me take my cape off real quick. All right. So,
Are you Captain Save-A-Ho tonight?
hey, I'm saving hoes, sluts, all of them. But I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna push back on what Darth Rod said here. You know, and it was just kind of touched on, but we call third-party Transformers, and it doesn't have the brand. So when we pick it up, this is a Transformer. It doesn't say anywhere on here Transformers, but it's the idea of it transforming that we call it a Transformer.
I would say that we call it a
Oh,
Transformer.
wait. Hold on, homeboy. He didn't cut you off. Let that man have his moment.
Yeah.
Because it is a representation of a Transformer.
Relax over there.
But no, what I'm saying is, if you gonna call it a Transformer, when you pick it up, like all of us showed off, you showed off the Quintessons. That's a third party, and you associate that with Transformers. It doesn't say Transformer anywhere on the box. In fact, they make sure that they don't say Transformer on the box, so they don't have the trademark aspect of it. So if we're going to consider it a Transformer because it transforms, then you got to pick your team, because you're drinking out of both sides of it. If you're going to say because it's trademarked as a Transformer, it's a Transformer, and if you're going to call it a third party a Transformer, then you're basically riding on the fence. Now, if you want to do that, that's cool. But if we're going for is it or is it not, there was no well sometimes or maybe. No, we're saying is it or is it not. So if it doesn't transform what we all associate with transforming, it's not a Transformer. It's a Transformer brand. Just like if I got a lunchbox.
Hold tight, Jose.
If I got a lunchbox and it has a Transformer brand on it, am I going to say that that's a Transformer? If I have a license plate that says Optimus Prime on it, does that mean it's a Transformer? No. That means that it has a trademark or a image or a likeness of a character or something I associate with it. But it's not a Transformer unless it transforms.
All right, we'll come back to you, Jose. Hold on. Let everybody get their opening statement out. I feel like this is about to be a debate tonight.
Oh.
Derek,
We're going in.
what you got, Derek?
So, as you can see here, you have a plethora of different Transformers.
My man got a second camera. Ready. Look at that.
I mean, why couldn't you have used that for what you get to make it shorter?
Wow.
They got you. Continue, brother.
Yeah. Going back to your statement about, branding of Transformers and so forth, that means if we're going by branding, 4 out of 6 of these Transformers are actual Transformers, but but those 2 that are not branded Transformers do transform. So there's the age-old question of, is this a Transformer? And in both aspects, in my opinion, yes, they are. Because although this doesn't transform, this YOLO Park Starscream does not transform in a sense where it converts. It is
Can you make it
still
scream
a
big?
Transformer. Say again?
Just zoom in on you so we can see what you're working with. Oh, of course, we get an Eric shot. This guy.
All right.
There we go.
Of course, this is a YOLO Park Starscream that does not transform, although it displays absolutely beautifully. It is still a Transformer because it's branded that way. Megatron, Optimus Prime, both also YOLO Park figures. They don't transform, but they're branded as Transformers. Megatron, Blocky, branded as a Transformer. Now, Iron Factory, Iron Factory,
DEFCON?
DEFCON the Bounty Hunter. This actually transforms to a vehicle, which makes it a Transformer. Although it's not branded as a licensed Transformer, it still transforms. Gears, Magic Square, Transformer, not branded and licensed as a Hasbro Transformer, but it's still Transformers, considered a Transformer, and it represents the actual representation of Gears as a Transformer. So in conclusion, I would say that depending on your perspective, this is how you determine what is a Transformer and what is not a Transformer.
All right. All right. So somebody's playing the fence. I see it. Rusty.
So,
gymnast.
I mean, there's been a lot of.
You've been waiting for a month to do this, and you're at a loss for words.
No, I'm trying to form. So I'm trying to say something that people haven't already said. To be honest, so because there's so many of us,
no, it's
I think
okay to agree with people and just move on.
Yeah,
bro.
no. So actually, I'm kind of agreeing with both, to be honest. But to be fair, I still stand behind the statement, right? That it is a brand, right? And when I did that, and you guys had the show, right? And you pulled up all the comments that I sent you for that MDLX Jazz, right? And like you said, they lit me up in there, right? And it was great. I was having a great time with those comments, by the way. So anyway, but all of the comments were around the fact that it didn't transform, right? And my argument back, of course, was the fact that it's recognizable as Jazz, a character from Transformers. So he is a Transformer, right? So that to me is where it really lands is do I recognize it as a character from my childhood, right? And when I look at it, does it make me happy to look at it? Does it make me happy to have it? Does it have the transform? Absolutely not. Does it look really good on my shelf? And do I like and does it remind me of the cartoons and all that stuff? Does it make me think of Transformers? Then yes, to me it's a Transformer, right? And I get the fact that people want their Transformers to transform, but does that not make it a Transformer? No. Does it make it a figure that doesn't transform? Absolutely 100%. When you talk about the term Transformers, though, I would argue that I think that Transformers became more prominent than the other toys and that we had out there as kids, right? So we start using the term transforms with anything that converts from one mode to another. We don't say convert anymore. We say transforms, right?
Anymore?
And I
Who started saying convert? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. So GoBots did. In the beginning, the courses for GoBots said converts from whatever. And to be fair, and I'm probably having a Mandela effect right now, I was actually trying to go back and look to see if I could find the original, like from the 1984 toy commercials. I swear that they used the term converting first before they referred them as transformers that convert from robot to vehicle mode or robot to whatever. And I swear they used the term convert, but I'm probably confusing with the GoBot stuff, right? But anyway, and again, to me, it's the brand. As long as it's recognizable, right, then it's part of Transformers, so it's a Transformer. Now, somebody commented about the Quintessons. No, the Quintessons aren't Transformers, right? We agree that they're not from Cybertron, although they say in the movie that they were, right? But we know that they're another race. And I think Derek brought that up in the last show, right? Cybertronians are Transformers, right? Again, don't disagree with that. If it's recognizable as a Cybertronian character or a Transformers character, then it's a Transformer. And that's good enough for me.
Yep. Fair enough. All right, I'll give my 2 cents again, since some people just don't seem to get it. The reason why they were even called Transformers to begin with is because of the gimmick. Without the gimmick, they were just worker bots, and they were also war bots, right? But the gimmick is what made them Transformers. That ability to do the thing is what made them Transformers. And yes, it's a verb, Scott. I get it. You know, I also did very well in English class. However, it doesn't mean that the act of them doing something takes away from who they really are, that's the race, the race of people that they are. They're Transformers split into two different factions. So the gimmick is what made them who they are. That power, that ability is what made them who they are. So much so that's why they were marketed the way that they were in the United States. Hasbro chose to use the word Transformers for a reason. It's because they did the thing. So it's very important that we keep it in the context and the spirit of what their original purpose was. These toys turned from one thing to the other, and that's how they were marketed. If they weren't, then they would have just been action figures, which is what you guys have shown here tonight. You've shown these blockies that are model kits that become action figures when they're done. Cool that you recognize them from something that they were, from a TV show. Cool, I get it. That you recognize them from a TV show, I get it. But it's an action figure of that thing. It's a representation as an action figure of that thing, but it is not a transformer. And I'll leave it at that.
It's a cosplay.
That's it. That's it. It's pretending.
It's a pretender.
It's a cosplay, he said.
Sure.
Wow.
It's an action figure that's labeled as a brand called Transformers. Sure, that's fine. Got
it. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a pushback here then. If we are calling Transformers Cybertronians, is that what we're going with?
Sure.
Okay.
See,
well, that's a stated. The fact is that the race of the bots from that planet are called their race is called Cybertronians.
Okay.
Right.
So we're all right.
Yes.
So if we go, we have some G1ers on the panel, I'm assuming.
Man, why are you being ageist?
So then are
the Junkions Transformers?
Are the Dinobots Transformers? Because they were built on Earth.
They were built on Earth, but they were built by Cybertronians.
But wait. No, but you said
no. Hold on.
Okay.
No, get him, Bobby.
So
get him.
They are.
Hold on.
I'll take it. I'm going to take it.
Oh,
Fine. Let him finish though.
They are recognized. No, he's asking the question. They are recognizable as Transformers characters, correct? So they're Transformers.
So,
okay.
but then that
let me swing back to that for a second. Now, even in the show, they did not call themselves Transformers. They either referenced themselves as Autobots or Decepticons, but they all recognized themselves as Cybertronians as a race. But at no time in the entire history of the show did they ever call themselves Transformers. Now they used the word transform. They used the word transform, but they never referred to themselves as Transformers.
But you know what they also said on the
that's
show?
actually the only beef I had with the latest movie, the Transformers 1 movie, because they were calling themselves Transformers, and that's not right. They are Cybertronians, but they never ever in the history of ever watching the cartoon, you never hear themselves refer to themselves as Transformers.
But you also never heard them ever say that I don't transform because I'm a robot that doesn't transform. You never.
But in the last movie though, I mean, are they not? What are they before they get their cog? Are they just Cybertronians? And
that goes back to the whole race thing. If we're going to associate it, because again, if we're saying that they're Transformers, when they came to Earth, and from the very beginning, they said we change from this to this. They mentioned that. So if you're not going to change any longer, you are no longer a Transformer, because that's also what they said in the show.
But to my point, they never called themselves Transformers. They never called themselves Transformers.
Hold on.
They always referred to themselves as their faction or when they were talking about Cybertron, they were referring to themselves as Cybertronians. Now, the Dinobot aspect, okay? Even then, they never called them Transformers. They recognized the art of transforming, but they never ever once referred to any of themselves as Transformers. Transformers is the brand of which
so
it all falls under.
Past G1 in later media, they use it interchangeably.
They absolutely do.
They do, right? They call themselves.
They absolutely do.
And there's some statement I remember saying, like, so as Transformers, we should be able to grow and change with the environment that we're in, and blah 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 blah. So they've used it interchangeably in later media, but you're absolutely in the G1 cartoon. No, they call themselves.
Yeah, I can't say with
the
a definitive yes or no if they said it or not, or call themselves Transformers or not, because I'm not going to pretend that I knew every single word line by line. And I don't feel like Google searching it tonight. But at the same token,
my argument,
my mess. But at the same token, Optimus always used one phrase when he needed them to get busy. And it was always what?
Transform
and roll out.
Yeah.
So listen,
I hear
what you guys are saying, but I feel like, and I love what we're getting into, but I feel like it's like veering, right? Because now we're getting into lore of what was in the show, where we're discussing the toys and like these figures that we're getting, converting this compared to this, like, right? So I'm in total agreement and what Bobby was saying. I wanted to interject like so bad, because you know what? I would argue that third party figure that you're throwing up, that's not a Transformer technically. Does it convert?
Brand.
Does it transform? Yes, it does. So that means it's a transforming robot, but it's technically not a Transformer.
That is representative of a Transformers brand.
Even though it's a representative of a Transformers character that we could recognize and we could all say like, yeah. So really it's just semantics. Like it's the word we're using. But if you want to go like officially, that's not a Transformer. Any third party figure that you're buying is technically not a Transformer, even though it transforms and it converts. Converting is the gimmick, but that's not what makes a robot, converting robot character, a Transformer. So what makes them a Transformer is being a part of that Transformers brand officially.
No, so I'm gonna disagree with you.
So is this a Transformer? Like technically, it transforms, but this is a KO of the Studio Series Optimus. So technically, this is not a Transformer; it's a converting robot.
Okay, sorry. Fill in the blank. Jazz is a character from
the Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that thing you just held up is Optimus Prime is a character from
Transformers.
So they're all Transformers. That's That's
it's a robot that transforms, and this is recognizable as Optimus Prime, but technically
it's a KO.
It's not, because it's a KO. It's a KO non-branded Transformer. So we're saying it's a Transformer because it looks exactly like the leader we all know and love.
Right.
But by definition, by branding, it's not.
That's their argument. My argument is
it's not our argument.
Well, that is somebody's argument. Somebody mentioned it. So the argument that I have, which I think simplifies this the best, is not only does it look like, but it does the thing it's known for. And that's what makes it a Transformer.
It converts.
If it just looked like it,
it's a converting robot.
If it converts just looked like it, then the action
in regards
figure
to
would
the
be,
brand.
It's a converting robot.
If it just looked like it, then the action figure would be a Transformer in my eyes, right? But it doesn't just look like it. It does the thing.
That's fair.
That's what makes it a Transformer. They both go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. If you did have one without the other, then you guys would be totally right and I would be wrong.
All right, let's get into some of these other questions.
This is a Transformer?
Well,
Hold on, Pinkerton.
Hold on. Okay, so
the Transformers license.
Guys, what is this? What do you call this?
Kleenex.
This is a tissue. Kleenex.
What was the first thing somebody said?
Kleenex.
Tissue. Well, you are apparently we had a sale because we actually do have Kleenex brand. But what if it was great value? Would you say, "Hey, will you hand me a nasal tissue," or you just say, "Hey, hand me a Kleenex"? Hey, when you go outside and you use that thing to knock the weeds down around the edge of your house, what do you call that?
What are you having?
My wife
weed whacker.
A weed eater is the term I always call it, although that's a brand name, right? So I think to an extent, we say we collect third-party Transformers because that's what people know that they are. It's a branding thing where on the good and bad side of it, right? They've branded their characters more so than the action. That's why we call Fans Toys third-party Transformers and not whatever the hell else they say.
And going back to your argument, Eric, I've never heard Optimus say Transformers. transform and roll out. No, that is it. Autobots.
No, he would say Autobots because he's talking to his team. He's not talking to the Decepticons. Or he would be telling the Decepticons to transform and roll out. He's not talking to them.
Right.
He's talking to his team.
Telling them.
All right, let's get to our other question.
He's telling them to do an action. That's not what they are, though.
Yeah, he's talking to the Transformers, telling them to do an action.
Sorry,
he's
Scott.
talking to Cybertronians. I'm sorry. He's talking to Autobots and telling them to transform.
Yeah. Okay, so before Scott gets the question, sorry, somebody did ask a really good question. Two people asked a really good question. Are GoBots Transformers?
No.
Because they're not, even though they convert, and I was going to bring that up.
See, but
robots are not Transformers. Right. They have the gimmick of transforming from a robot to a vehicle.
So if we take the word transforms, right? If we take the word transforms out and we replace it with
all
converts,
I'm saying is if Sony's wife
Eric's
is telling y'all something, y'all better learn how to listen.
So Eric, my wife overheard it and said it has to be more than meets the eye.
So Betty said the same.
How can it be if it doesn't transform?
She's like, it has to transform. What's the point of buying it if it doesn't transform, right? I get it. So listen, Eric, I completely agree with your statement. If we take the word transforms out of what you're saying, right, of your argument, and we say if it doesn't convert, it's not a transformer. That's a valid statement, but it is. In my mind, it's your opinion. It's what you want in your transformer.
This
it has
all
to
opinion.
convert,
Listen,
right?
I'm
saying I don't need it. I don't need it to convert. I don't need it to convert. As long as it looks like a transformer, I don't need it to convert. I'm good.
Man, honestly, it is a line between like the literal definition of transformer and figurative, because Transformers is a brand. So I feel like Blockies. This is Optimus Prime. It says Optimus Prime on the box. When I buy it.
Action figure.
This one said MD05 double, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
all right,
that's a transformer.
All right, we're repeating ourselves here. So let's move on.
All right, Scott, you've been trying to move us on for a while, man. Let's get it.
What I'm going to present with this is the fact that
hold on, Derek. Rusty. He has been trying to move us on for like the past 5 minutes. So let's move on. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Well, part of us moving on is getting to some of Derek's things that he wants to talk about. First question is: anyone in here, so in the group or in the chat, who currently displays Blockies or YOLO Park non-transforming? Let's even include 3-0 in that. Non-transforming figures as a part of their collection versus just pieces to screw around with and pose on a table.
It's a great question. All right, so pose it again. Simplify it. Pose it again.
And does anyone in here or in the chat display non-transforming figures that represent non-converting figures that represent Transformers as a collection, like to display on a shelf and go, that's it.
And I just want to say before everybody answers, Derek thought I was talking about posing the figure.
Shut up. We was gonna move right past that, but go ahead and thanks for highlighting that. Yeah,
not me, sir. Anywho,
that's all right.
I leave that up to the panel. What do you guys got?
Augie says, "Hell no."
Yeah. Right. Strong opinions in the chat. I see.
So, are you asking if we have it displayed at all, or like alongside transforming figures?
Instead of?
Alongside, or instead of actually a part of your display that you work on, like this, like what you have in back of you.
Yeah. Yep, I'm with Thundercrack, and he said, "Of course. Why else? Why would I buy it? Like if you're not gonna."
I mean, I don't have any here, but like I have. Actually, on top of my mini fridge, I have New Age, Masterpiece, 3 MDLX, and I even have Optimus Prime helmet. It looks like some fucked up comic book cover. And I have some Chugs, some G1, and actually, like, what's that one character you keep trying to buy for me, Jose? That blue hot shot. Yeah. I've got that, and I've got the Chug. I actually like the way it looks, truth be told. It's kind of accidental, but and like I have my Blockies displayed upstairs, like mainly because I put them on the banister and just keep putting them there when I get them, and the wife hasn't scraped them off yet. So
okay, Eric, I'm assuming you're saying no. Don't have any non-transforming figures with your Transformers. What's that?
Don't make me cuss at you tonight. No. No fool.
Derek, do you display your figures back in your Magi case, your non-transforming figures?
Not in a Magi case, but I do have them in the
his DTOF.
In my DTOFs.
Okay.
And I can actually show you one if I get the picture.
Bobby, you what about you? Any non-transforming stuff in your main collection that you display?
The only thing that I have in my main is I have a 3D printed octopus from the movie, and it's more so for a diorama type of display. But
I have him right there.
I have some blockies, and they actually sit on top of the case just because I don't have anywhere to put them. I would not put them in my cases.
Okay.
But I have a lot of cases, and none of them will go in my cases.
The octopus is not considered a transformer,
and it's not. It's for the display aspect.
It's a part of the accoutrement.
Actually, it's a squid.
So as much as I argue that these are transformers, even though they don't transform, I only have 2 pieces in the entire collection that I display inside the collection that do not transform. One is a Flames Toys Tarn, because I think he's better than what we have out there from a visual standpoint. And the other is a Flame Toys Rodimus.
Well, let me ask you this. If they come out with, and they did with the Rodimus already, if they come out with transforming versions of those, are you getting those and swapping them out?
No. So the transforming one goes in this display up here with IDW right there. And then the Flames Toys one is a part of my Rodimus Shrine.
Yeah, but you said Tarn too, buddy.
Tarn is definitely up there. If they come out with a transforming Tarn that actually looks like beefy and like I'm a menace, absolutely I'll switch him out.
I'm a menace.
Got him.
No,
we got him, folks.
I have a preference. I have a preference. There's nothing wrong, and that's what I think is important is that there's nothing wrong with a preference, but to declare it not to be a transformer when it literally has transformer plastered on the packaging, I think you're you're having a brain aneurysm. But anyway, we're moving on.
But that's a cup. That's not a toy, though.
It says Transformers on it, though. You just said it has to have Transformers on it.
It's a Transformers licensed product. It's a Transformers licensed product.
So this is a Transformer.
So if it's a licensed product, it doesn't necessarily make it a Transformer, is what you're saying.
Because it's a brand.
I mean, but that's not a toy.
It's a part of the Transformers brand.
It's not the character.
Okay. We're recognizable.
We're moving forward, not backward. We're moving forward, not backward.
Let me just drop this big joker on y'all because I'm ready for it.
Is Lunchbox a transformer? Like, what are we doing?
Like a bag of cats here.
Eric, I got a picture of a display, one of my displays. So this right here
those are
displays my hard hero statues that are Transformers, that are Transformer brand statues. Now that's a non-transforming display. That's one of them. Okay.
Yep.
I got another one, which this is not the latest one, but it's shows you, it gives you a point. A bunch of these do not a few of these do not transform. Yeah, this is an old photo, but I gotta get I gotta take new pictures. But yeah, in this display, I have a lot of non-transforming Transformers mixed in.
I can attest to that.
With actual Transformers. So they display, no matter how you look at it, what I'm going for is how they display.
Okay. I'm there with you. That's why Tarn is up there. All right, next question.
Yeah.
So for those of us who do what?
I didn't get to answer the question.
Yeah, you did. You raised your hand and said,
I just raised my hand, but I didn't get to
right,
yell out, words and stuff. That's like, yes, I do. I have an MDLX collection over there. My YOLO Park is right there. My blockies are just over there. Yes. Okay, move on.
And I do as well. Hard to see, but I got my Transformers.
The one time he decides to be brief, and I put something in my mouth.
Sorry, I just want to point out, by the way, Eric, if you can find it in the chat, Marcellus just had the best, the comment of the year, because Bobby brought up a cup. Thank you. Please, let's not anybody should his underwear.
I don't want to show the
It's just
weapon of
transform.
mass destruction.
Well, it depends on what me and my wife are doing that night, and
Oh, wow.
All right.
Wow.
So, for those of us who do have non-transforming figures in our collection, and this is maybe a little bit of a riff on the previous question, is do any of us actively choose to display that figure within your masterpiece collection for those of you who have one, or your chug collection for those of you who are chug thugs, instead of a transforming version of that toy?
First of all, that's gross. So no.
Wow. That's
It depends.
it sounds like I now have a new objective in life is to piss off Eric. So I will tell you, like, I have of course, I don't need it in 3 months, but I have the new age chuggish Megatron as my Megatron on my chug collection because let's be honest, the last one they did was trash and it turned yellow. But I looked at that yellow park one to see, and I asked several people, like, will this scale? And they said no, it won't. I'm like, well, I would have been completely fine with that as a Megatron. But that's specific to that character because at the time I was like, are we ever going to get a true Megatron? I mean, the one that's coming out from Hasbro is, I'll never transform it. If it comes out of spite, I won't transform it. But that may be just a very limited piece there. But like, no, I'm not going to be putting my Blocky's Action series with my chugs or anything. I don't necessarily. I think you could do that. But if a third party line of Sharktacons comes out that's non-transforming and they're fantastic, I'm probably going to buy 20 of them.
That's fair. All right, Hurricane. I know you said you display them in the back. Same question. If you were in the MP game again, or you're in Chug right now, do you display these things together?
So that's the thing, is that like I don't have a ton of display space, but because I wouldn't be opposed to it, like if they really look like close, but the non-transforming figures that we get tend to just look so much better than the actual transforming figures that we get through chugs or even sometimes with the masterpiece. I feel like that Starscream for Yellow Park would fit right in with a masterpiece display if it's the right size or whatever. So if I had masterpiece, I would, and I thought that Starscream looked the best, I probably would put it in the display. But for me and my limited space, I tend to have my characters that are from the same line together. I got my Transformers 1 display, the Cogless bots in front of the Cog bots because the Cog bots are bigger. So it looks pretty cool with the smaller bots in front of the bigger bots. And it's kind of like its own display. So if I had the space, I feel like each brand would sort of get its own, space, like on a display shelf.
Okay. I love that you set that up because I brought both of these figures forward in order to do exactly this. Which one should I put in my collection?
Oh, zoom in on him now.
This one?
All right,
Yeah, bring them up.
hold on.
Yeah,
Or this one?
Hang on, which collection are we talking about? Is this your masterpiece collection or your? Oh, right, there's Eric again. He just loves it.
Having button problems.
This
tonight.
one?
Or
this one?
Hold them up at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. The second one.
No, I just.
we want a proper.
And this is for your masterpiece collection.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you have six of the one on in your left hand there are the same size? 6 different colors.
Which one?
Left hand.
I'm going left hand.
I mean, the left hand, that's going to make Eric so mad.
No, it makes me happy because
Well, the left side of his left hand. Which one's in your lip? What's your left hand, Scott?
Is that
The
what
left
you're saying?
has the converting figure, and the right has the yellow part.
I'm glad you're saying
So
convert.
this is the cool thing about what they've done. But I've also said this. I think on when I showed this because I wouldn't have bought this particular Starscream. This is the Yellow Park Starscream. Yep. This is
deformation.
It's deformation. Yeah.
I know
Okay.
what's up.
So I said it at the time, right? Is like this is a great posable figure. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Right? It's a great representation of Starscream for anyone who might want to have it. Nice and clean back, right? But here's the deal. Wait, hold on. Like their backs are the same.
Yep.
They're both clean.
Mm.
Like that's so it's like
Just the wing fillers on the.
No. There's no wing fillers on these guys.
No, he said you missing
the deformation.
They had wing fillers that you could buy separate. Is what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. So I like it's come a long way, and it's a great representation of Starscream. And I don't think anyone should have any feeling of inferiority by displaying that in a display if it's something that it brings you joy and
now, let me make a caveat there. What's the price point between those two?
So interesting thing, Deformation Space was $100.
Okay.
This is 80.
Okay. I didn't know which version of that because I know they did I don't know if they done this. Did they do like a stripped down version that's like $40 of some of those characters?
They put it on sale. Oh, are you talking Yellow Park or are you talking
Yellow Park? Yeah,
Yellow Park is starting to do because they did the Optimus and the Megatron in the Pro Series, and now you got the lower price version.
Right. I remember seeing them at BotCon, and there were some that were like 75 or 80, and then the $45 one.
Yeah, the ones that were cheaper, like they took out the die cast and stuff. They're a little bit different colored, all plastic.
And so those that, to be fair and to answer your question, Pinkerton, those that you're talking about, that $40 set would probably look better in like a Chug set, right? Because it's a little less paint, but you still got all the articulation and stuff. With this one, the one that he's showing is the AMK Pro, and I had that one. It is very well done. The paint's there, the die cast is there, the articulation is there. It could pass for a masterpiece figure if you had no clue what it was.
Yep. I agree.
Yep.
I agree. Yep. And Brink, I'm super glad that can you highlight his first comment there at 8:30 instead of the 8:31 one? Because that actually gets us into our next question, which is at the above $30 price point, what makes a YOLO is it going to be possible to build a collection of these, or will the nice ones above $30 be made in enough characters to support that kind of collection?
Hey, what did Prime say to Megatron when he gave him that two-handed uppercut?
Never.
Yeah, there you go.
You never.
But I mean,
Yellow Park AMK series, they're pretty much almost done. If they get a couple of more season 1 figures in the AMK, not the AMK Pro, I'm talking about the AMK. If they do a few more figures of the G1, they'll actually almost complete a season 1.
Okay, that's a season 1. You think you're gonna get them all?
No.
Probably not.
No, and Eric Jimenez will bring us all back up. But I'm okay with having those figures and put them in a separate display, right? The non-converting figures. YOLO Park here, MDLX there, right? And then the New Age, right? If I had MP or Chug, right? I would. I'm with Hurricane, right? I would split that collection up based on the line that they represent, right? Am I going to mix a YOLO Park in with my MP collection? No. Am I okay with the fact that I'm not going to have the collection completed, but I've got some cool looking figures sitting on the shelf, right? That are, the main characters view well. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? It's a cool piece in my collection that's off to one side or off to the other side, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. I think having a stand-in, as the previous question, know, if you're missing something, or we just haven't got a good version of it, because I'm primarily now an MP collector, and so there's figures that I'm just waiting on to come. If there was, a non-transforming option, would I buy it? Probably not. But if I did see something that looked amazing and was waiting on a character to come out and it just wasn't happening, I might do that, but otherwise I would have a separate display of the non-transforming stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think some of these will serve as great stand-ins. Because the beautiful thing about that is you got all these different companies coming out with model kits, because you got Aldi's another good one, and they've been knocking them mugs out the park as well. So. But in regards to them being stand-in characters, I think they would make excellent representations of stand-in until you get your MP that you want, because that's how good they look. If I never had a Starscream, this YOLO Park one would be outstanding for my collection, in my opinion. Until I got the right one that I actually wanted.
But is anybody else noticing a common theme of a word that's being said?
Converting.
Stand-in. meaning that you intend to replace that thing the moment something else comes out.
Eric, I brought another Joker for you too.
My man, you know what I mean? Like,
we just go drop Jokers on them all.
But like, nobody's planning on keeping that thing in their collection.
No,
if
incorrect.
Something else comes out.
No,
and
incorrect.
What is the other thing? That's...
No, I'm definitely
okay. You're right. When I said nobody,
I'm just putting it somewhere else.
What I mean by collection, I mean your display, right? So like,
it's in my display. It's it's going to be over here.
Okay, let me be very specific since I got a remedial classmate. I'm talking a very specific thing. Your collection of display of masterpiece figures. If it is a stand-in, then it's going to be replaced when you get what you want. That's
which goes right in line with the argument that Hurricane and I both said that we are the toy line that we are collecting. We are putting it in the same display. If I want to fit something in there as a stand-in for now, I have not changed my argument about eventually that will go over here with the rest of the non-converting action figures that I had from that line.
I'd like to address what Eric just asked. And pardon the mess, we are in hardware mode here in the collection room.
Still a great
because I'm working
room,
on dioramas. But that's the Rodimus Shrine.
That's too many.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And what is the very central figure?
Unicron.
No. The Rodimus Shrine, inside the display case, brother.
It looks like
you gotta get it. You gotta get it to Walt, man.
Oh, the AMT Rodimus.
No, that's not AMT. That's the Flame Toys.
Oh, the Flame Toys.
That's Flame Toys. It does not transform.
Oh, in the middle.
And it is the centerpiece of the collection.
True. But Scott, hey, let me ask you a question. Is that your MP collection?
No, that's the Rodimus Shrine.
Can I get another Joker? Where's the third one at?
No. But you know what though? Like, honestly, I think it's just the nature of the game. We're all collectors, and figures over time, they're always putting out something progressively better, something that looks better, something that transforms better or transforms different. And we're guys that just like
mic over here. Is all I'm saying. That dude tried to drop a mic over here and say, "Oh, look at my centerpiece. What's there, fool?" You said your question was, in your masterpiece or chug display, are you putting these in your collection? And I then said, most people have said one word tonight, and that is stand-in. Therefore, that has nothing to do with your question, sir. Get out of here. Did you notice the
pause he had to when you asked him? He's like, "Oh, what?
Hold on."
Yeah. You got a good point. You got a good point there, Eric. You got a good point there. All right. So are we the target audience for YOLO Park and Blockies? Or
that's probably the best question of the night.
Yeah. Or do they serve as a gateway drug for younger or newer fans?
Pinkerton, you haven't had a chance to really say much here tonight, man. What do you think about that question?
So I think you hit the nail on the head earlier, Eric. You said it's just like Lego, man. Who's the Lego? Who's the Lego audience, right? I mean, yeah, there's plenty of kids that are playing with Lego, but how many 40 and 50-year-olds are spending $200-$300? I mean, no kids buying those $700 Millennium Falcon, right? So
yeah, that's true.
You know, I think Blockies is in a unique space because their price point. You know, you can get a toy for $7. Like, you can't get anything for $7, right? And it gives, dude. If there weren't tablets and phones and everything, I'm like, I need to keep my kids busy for a couple hours. I'll spend $20 on some Blockies. Hey, you guys want to put these Blockies together? But then you look at things like, this thing. Like, was this? Look, I put together plenty of models. Was this hard to build? No, it was time consuming. But I've put together plenty of Gundams before, so I kind of knew what I was doing. Will my 12-year-old be able to put this together? I don't know how many tears would be shed, but I think they're trying to kind of straddle the line. Like YOLO Park, that's for us. That's for us G1ers, I believe we got called earlier, Bobby. Hey, I wear that badge proudly, man. I wear that badge proudly. So I think it kind of straddles the line there. Honestly, I hope that their target audience gets to some younger people, some kids, or some teenagers, or somebody, because I want to see this line, this hobby, all these fucking robots that turn into different shit or represent a character that does that. You know what I'm saying?
So, Eric, here's a follow-up question for just you.
Yeah.
So imagine that you weren't the only one with testosterone in the house, and you had a 5-year-old son.
Yeah.
And he comes home one day and says, "Look, Daddy, I got a transformer." And he shows you a Blockies, $10 toy. Are you going to tell him, "Actually, son"?
Have you guys ever seen that meme of Batman slapping Robin?
No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't.
I'm kidding. I promise you, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, folks. I am not that guy. I'm not that guy. However, I will politely tell my kid, man, go and enjoy your action figure over there in the corner. I'm playing again. I'm playing. But no,
you want timeout, son, but you can play with your toy over there because I don't want to see it again.
I don't want to see that over here. Do not bring that this way.
Bring that shit in his house, boy. What I tell you about them non-transforming Transformers?
I wouldn't rain on this parade. I let him have his moment, man. Listen, toys are about the joy, right? And at the end of the day, as long as you get the joy out of it, that's all that really matters. Just don't expect me to call your toy a Transformer.
Now, would you call it like? I mean, so here, this guy. So what do you call, like? Is this Nemesis Prime? Is that who this is? But it's not a Transformer.
A highly articulated action figure. That is it.
Of the character of Nemesis Prime.
That's it. That's
cool. Okay, I think I understand.
He doesn't want to fill in the blank at the end of that sentence. Nemesis Prime is a character from the show.
Well, technically, he wasn't
nothing.
In the show,
so I think the answer to that last question. I think it could be both.
Nothing.
The answer, like, is it made for us? They got the different lines, right? YOLO Park puts out those smaller figures that are like, whatever, a $6 or $10. Those AMK little ones. They put out the ones that are $30. They put out the pros, and honestly, like, I feel like they almost are made for us, right? Because besides like the Blockies now that are showing up like in Walmarts and stuff, you can't really go into a store and buy these things. You have to kind of know where to shop for them. And we as collectors notice the random kid ain't gonna really know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Unless he's like tech savvy and knows about these websites. So I think like the stuff is definitely marketed towards us, like the adult collector that knows these G1 characters, right? Because what are we getting? It's a lot of mostly G1 stuff, right? And some modern stuff too, Rise of the Beast and whatnot. But the majority of it is G1 Transformers, which is kind of, it's in its 40th year plus, right? Like, so, and besides being available on YouTube, these are shows that are not really like available. These are not being broadcast like really anywhere. So I really do think they do a huge push to market these figures, these characters to us older collectors, the ones that may be more familiar with the characters and stuff. But then that's why you also got, you got your Cyberverse, you got your Earthspark or whatever. You still got the stuff that's there for the kids and that might be watching those shows.
So can we highlight Iman's comment real quick?
Yeah.
I will say, as much as I might disagree with my friends here and brothers, I would not say that their attempt is to gatekeep,
right?
At all. But I also get the spirit and nature of what you're saying, and that's why I went with this line of questioning, because I think it's important for us to nurture the next generation. And if Blockies, a $10 Blockies toy, which I think can be found at Walmart now.
Yeah, that's where I bought those. I bought those movie ones, and they sell the $10, like, is it Legends class, which is not confusing at all.
The classic class ones.
Yeah, like the $10 kids.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Well, the $10 kits are the Galaxy.
No, it's not the Galaxy. It's not the blind boxes.
Is it the D's? Like D's site?
Yeah. What series is that?
There's a classic class. Classic.
My bad. Yeah. That's also not confusing. Chub Tugs.
Like if that helps the next generation get involved, like I'm all in. And we have folks that are in our realm of collectors group that are either 18 something to 26 or 27 somethings,
15, 16
that are actively now participating and buying. Shoot, you got Logan out there. He's some mid 20 something or other. I mean, he's younger than my oldest. Let's put it that way.
But he has more G1 toys than some of us. G1.
It's crazy. He's throwing all kinds of money into the pie, and because of people like him, there's still a market for this stuff.
Yeah.
And let me address Iman as well. Hey man, like I don't really see you in the chat, so I don't. Maybe this is your first time kind of being in our chat, but we always poke fun at everything. So don't take it personal. It's for us, it's just jokes. Yes, we get a little animated. It's because we're taking a side, and like with any debate show, you may not necessarily believe everything you're saying.
I think he's just giving a perspective of.
And I think all of us agree with what he's saying.
Subjective.
We shouldn't.
Yeah.
Put your blockies in your masterpiece collection. It's okay.
Hey, do what you want,
man. I'm gonna take some wild ass pictures and send them to Eric. Some wild ass shit. I'm gonna have everything. I'm gonna do that as soon as we get done. I'm gonna get y'all on
it. Long as your robe is clothed, I'm good, man. Long as your
Please, no underwear.
Okay. We'll make sure.
Real quick. Getting back to the marketing aspect, and I know we're running down on time, but look at the speed build contest that they had at BotCon. You know,
shameless plug.
It was everybody of literally. It was from ages 7 to 50 in that contest.
That's awesome.
I mean, you had a wide
10-year-old almost got disqualified.
That was an interesting spread there. It really was.
I mean, so the marketing for that and the aspect of that was very interesting to me when I first saw it, because I thought it was going to be a bunch of us just doing it, but everybody from all ages and all aspects was involved in that contest. It was wild. I think the marketing to the different age groups is spot on, because everyone can be involved.
You got to.
Yeah, that's what's going to make the brand survive, bro. It ain't going to be us. We're going to die eventually. You got if you want the brand to live, you got to keep bringing in the young.
100%, man. 100%.
So I want to add this though. I want to add this to it. But I think the other thing with the attraction with non-transforming figures as well is like, I know I didn't collect. I mean, I stopped collecting at a certain point, in like high school or something like that. The figures, the toys that were coming out changed, and I didn't like the way the direction they were going. And then for a lot of collectors, maybe the MP are too complicated. Some people complain about what the main line look like. It's all over the place. You're not getting what you want. I think the blockies is also kind of a snapshot to, hey, you know what? I got back, or YOLO Park as well. I got back into collecting because these things I don't have time to sit there and transform a figure all the time. I can just grab this. It's not that expensive. I can, fiddle with it real quick. It looks good. It brings me right back into collecting again. So it's not necessarily to us as, longtime collectors, or maybe, recent, collecting. I think it's something for everybody. And I think that's what it touches on. It's that gateway drug to, hey, I'm getting back into it. Hey, I'm getting introduced to it. Hey, I like this line, or I like this line. You have a lot of options, and I think that's what's good about the line, and making it so it's going to help, keep Transformers going on.
Yes,
because damn sure ain't the movies.
Totally agree. Totally
and listen, not for nothing. As much as I may not, they're not for me. I made that point very clear tonight. But I respect what they bring to the table, and I also respect that this could be the gateway for the younger generation to understand the other sides and other lines of Transformers, man.
Absolutely.
So that way we can continue to, keep this thing going, man.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, Scott, is that pretty much it tonight? We got
guys. Thanks for suffering through me trying to move it on and not.
No, it's great.
I mean,
Hey, somebody's
listen, we
got to
had
drive
some
the
road-
bus.
Yeah,
bro.
Exactly.
I was ready to turn up the heat.
we had not only
Yeah.
robust conversation, but there's 7 of us, and we still finished in under 2 hours for everything.
Yeah,
that
man, we
wanted,
did it.
There you go.
We did it. Rusty talking about
Indeed.
turning up heat. He got enough wood to do so now. Oh,
That's right.
Hey, free trees in Canada, y'all. Free trees.
I had to keep it low key because it's Canada Day, and we had to be especially nice on Canada Day to the rest of you. So
Aw.
look at you
Happy
guys.
Canada Day.
Yeah.
I don't
But
believe not
Rusty,
2
see you
cents
in-
to that.
see you in- look, Rusty,
Hey,
Rusty,
I got
see you in
Rusty's
2
new
weeks, huh?
comment queued up. We want to watch a little bit.
No. No. Never mind. Well, man, with that, dude, I want to thank first and foremost the chat squad. You guys were on fire tonight.
Yes.
I
Absolutely.
really appreciate you guys
Absolutely.
for joining in on this conversation, joining in with your comments, helping moving the conversation along. Told you guys it would get animated tonight. We did a good job of doing that. So I want to thank the panel as well. Thank you guys so much tonight for joining us. But before we go ahead and go around StreamYard and get up out of here, Rusty, I'm gonna let you take the chat squad now, and then we'll go.
this is going to take a while, man. We had, I just want to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
You're on
14,
fire
15,
tonight,
16,
baby.
17, 18, 19, 20, 4, 5, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We have a new record with 32 people in the chat squad this
Pound, pound,
evening.
pound.
32.
Wow.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to go down the list a little bit because where is he? Toy Mafia was late today. He showed up at 8:30. I don't know what's going on. I hope he's okay. Toy Mafia, if you're okay, but Bludgestron was in very, very early first this evening. Congratulations, sir. Just G Squared, Trey Fi, Augie G, Ridiculous Badger, TF Marauders, Thundercracken, Big Easy, Jedi Mindset, Marcellus Proctor, Wolfie showed up, Double E, Dante, aka Esteban, Logan, King Knife, Autobot Killer, Ash Bailey, Siobhan Derek's girl. Again, Toy Mafia showed up at 8:30.
Woman,
Mike
woman,
D was
woman,
in there.
wife.
Woman got my wife.
Did you say
my
Siobhan?
wife.
You'll be
Siobhan,
the
my
one.
wife.
Brink, of course, Brink. Dare2727, TM Reviews, aka Sony popped in. Young Kim, Sabertron Toys, Jonathan Walker, Brian Swanson, Quentin Clark, E-Man's World of Geek. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the realm. Pigment Surgery, and at the very last moment, Tyler the Collector. And that is a bunch of people. Thank you very much, everybody, for popping in. It was awesome. You guys were chatting it up over there. We appreciate you all. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And Brink said tomorrow, if you guys want to see some blocky builds or want to join in on the fun,
Yeah.
man, don't forget to check out Shelf Gravy tomorrow.
Garrick, you're going to be there?
Eric's supposed to be building something
will
over
be.
there
Me
as
too,
well.
me too, me too, me too, me too, me
Oh,
too.
you too.
Oh,
All right.
you
Jump it in.
Okay.
Yep.
I already built on my blockies, but I might go buy some just so I can play with you guys.
I think I might hang out too. I got shit to build.
Look at that.
I might
they're
go
gonna
buy.
have,
like,
I might go buy a
gaggle.
set.
It's gonna be a high
tomorrow.
show tomorrow,
Really
man.
good
Shelf
show.
Gravy gonna be off the hook tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Blockies brings all the boys to the yard.
Yo,
That's
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and go around StreamYard, man. Let's get some shout outs from where you're at and then get up out this piece. Let's start with our special guest, Bobby. Why don't you do the honors?
Oh man, I just want to say thank you guys for having me. I've seen some familiar faces in the chat, so shout out to the Bot vs. Con fans out there that joined. This is a dope spot to be. Definitely come back and check them out. I'm happy to be, invited. Also, I got to go record for our channel, so if you, if you're not familiar with Bot vs. Con, please check us out. We do this kind of debating all the time, so we really appreciate it. I just want to say thank you for everyone and thanks for having me. This was awesome.
Yeah, but does your co-star know Foxy Brown?
Let's go.
Actually, he might not know her music, but he might know something she had on or something like that.
Corrupt. He should know Foxy Brown. I mean, they
But good point. Yeah, he what he listens to. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it there.
Fair enough. All right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And do you want to give the people your socials and tell them where they can find you?
Yeah, definitely. Everything is Bot vs. Con. So BOTVSCON. That's YouTube. I'm trying to get better at the other platforms. Facebook, Twitter, or X now, and Instagram. I'm trying to get better, but we're about to roll out some new things with reviews and stuff. So yeah, it should be fun. So stay tuned.
That's what's up, man. And listen, for all the people who are Realm, if you have not checked out their show, go over to YouTube at Bot versus Con. Give them a like and a subscribe right now. Do it right now.
Yes, sir.
Right now.
I will be doing so.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. Here it can be
now.
Yo, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to be here with you guys on Tuesday night. Hurricane BX all over social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Diaz4Fitness. Way more active on that account. Every single Monday night on this very channel, ETR. And that's me, guys. Always a pleasure. Thank you. Great discussion.
Thanks for joining us. Pinkerton, if you're nasty.
Yes. You can find me on let's see here. Crashbox Customs all across the Fruited Plain. I don't really post anything lately because I'm not doing anything, but you can still go buy stuff at the website, and I promise we'll make it eventually, right, Augie? And we do have some stuff in stock for sale too, so, and a ton of floors. If you need floors, we have the floor store, so come get some floors. You can find me at Pinkerton on Instagram, PNKRNO, just like my little handle here. I post just to my stories, but somehow I gain followers. I get like 5 followers a week just posting funny, stupid. Yeah. It's either wrestling shit or like office humor. Not the show The Office, but like, you know, Synergy and all that kind of shit. And I'm on Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Joe KW and Farrell, who's a new addition to the show, welcome addition. So I'm on there as often as I can be. If you want to hear more about my travel shenanigans, it's become my. I have 2 ops in my life. It's my fat cat that won't use a litter box and Delta Airlines. So I'm in abusive relationships with all of those parties right now. But hey, guys, great show tonight. I really like your format. Yeah, thanks for having me on. And
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Glad you're here. Glad you're here.
Thanks, guys.
Also, listen, Pinkerton, anytime you want to join, man, it's always an open invite per usual, man. Anytime you want to hop on with us.
Cool. I have something to talk to you about after we get done, by the way. I just remembered.
Bet it up. We'll do. All right. Darth Rod.
Yeah, Scott Marble on Facebook, X Bane Reese X on YouTube, and then wherever fine transforming robots are sold, you can find me.
There he is.
I love it. All right, Rusty.
I am the Rusty Mechanic, and you can find me as the Rusty Can we go to somebody else? No, okay. You can find me as the Rusty Mechanic Transforms on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram for all your transforming needs. I'm also on TikTok as just the Rusty Mechanic. I also am into motorsports if you're interested in that stuff. So I started up a new channel called the Rusty Mechanic Drives, and you can find me on Facebook and YouTube on that as well. And I also kick around on Twitch doing Call of Duty stuff with my wife, Boom Boom Betty, who just recently won her very first Call of Duty Warzone solo match by herself.
Wow.
And smoked those guys. It's not easy, and she pulled it off. And she was very excited about it.
Hey, if anybody could have done it, I would have put my money on her for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Not me.
Fact. No, serious. That's facts. I played with her. Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah.
So to speak. Derek.
Sir.
Hey, I'm the one cleaning it up here. Don't serve me.
Yep.
Derek. Where can they find
you can find your boy Derek B on your Book of Faces. You can also find me on Instagram as Derek What B. You can also find me here every other Tuesday night for Do You Even Transform, Bro? You can also catch me on Monday nights for our flagship show ETR, where I bring you the robot news. And also, if you call me during the day and during the night sometimes, and I slip up and come across Diaz for Fitness on Instagram, you might catch me doing some push-ups.
No.
Or
there you go.
Sit-ups, or just walking around in here with Jose and yo, I was literally about to call you Jose. Damn it, Rusty.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Damn. That almost happened. Yo, I had to catch myself.
Hey, he just said Jose. He called Marcellus Marcellus. Like, this is right hard for that dude, bro.
It's the French accent. I'm sorry, it doesn't come out right.
It is. But yeah.
Y'all are funny.
But yo, I can't stress this enough. Tomorrow night is gonna be blocky build night. It's gonna be fun. Gravy. Catch us tomorrow for all the buses that are gonna be there on there tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to that, man. I cannot wait. I got 2 of them that I got 3 of them that I want to put together. So yeah,
what? You're gonna do 3?
Heck no.
I don't know.
3 galaxies.
All 3. Yeah, no, the Elise. I got Optimus, Megatron, and Soundwave.
So do I.
Dude, those take hours. You'll get through most of one.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do the Soundwave though, because I gotta get that one done, because that one got the sound effects and everything.
Yeah, but then birds and shit, man. If that's what took me a lot, like those little bitty pieces, I'm like, man, had to head on. And hey, shout out to Scott. I guess you showed this like articulated light thing at some point off of Amazon. So I saw Brink had it. I'm like, where'd you get that? And he said, Scott was like, bro, I got one. And it's amazing for my old ass. That and my reading glasses, I can almost solve world hunger.
I got
not quite.
Wait, do I need these that I got from the Rock Box last year? I think I probably need these.
I tell you, no, maybe the tweezers and get some spudgers out, because you're gonna need them spudgers.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I keep my spudgers.
If you bought a Rock Box, you got plenty.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah,
Well,
and also when you, I'm sorry, real quick plug for the Realm of Collectors. Please check out our Realm of Collectors website. We have made some recent updates and changes to the website. Nice. We have our shop up, in which we're going to be producing product out of that real soon. Also check out our we got a special section for Brian Brink, the Brinkalizer, where he is putting up the charts for the HasLab.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's gonna we're still trying to perfect that one, but we're gonna have that section together for y'all in case y'all want to check on the progress for the current HasLab, the Snowcat.
Awesome.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Rusty forgot one thing, so I'll let him go ahead and go.
So the raffle, guys, again, right? The raffle, I'm going to do the draw for Jezzy on Sunday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, so you can check my YouTube channel for the scheduling for that if you were in on the raffle and you want to hang out with me while I'm doing the draw. And for this month, I haven't finalized things yet, but it looks like I'll probably do Magic Square Tornado, which is Vortex, right? The 4th member of their Combaticon team. And since I still have the Fans Toys Ultra Magnus, I'll throw him back into the mix as well. So check my Facebook page for details on that coming up in the next few days. Everything goes to, 50% everything goes to Kennedy's Village, and the other 50% is just for the figure, just so you guys who don't know, right? But this is to help out Kennedy's Village every month with what Eric is about to plug right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then also to piggyback off of that, shout out to Sony. He hit 20K subs, and he also will be doing a raffle with Rusty in benefit of Kennedy's Village. So, man, listen, I cannot ask for a better group of people who support our foundation. Listen, we're all friends, and it all started off as friends, but these guys have been some of my biggest supporters, some of our biggest supporters in what we do, and we couldn't do it without you guys. And that's from everybody on this show to everybody who's in the chat squad, to everybody who's made a donation over the past few years. Thank you.
So I'm just going to make a small correction, because Sony is a better man than me, and he's smarter than me. So he's actually doing the raffle on his own. He's figured stuff out.
Okay, you figured it out? Cool.
So he's going to post stuff on his Facebook page. He hasn't sorted all the details out yet, but pay attention to Sony's Facebook page, and he'll give you all the details on his 20K giveaway. Again, it's going to be a raffle style like I'm doing, just shorter, but you'll be able to put entries in as many as you want, and he'll run a raffle. And I'm not going to spoil what he's giving away, but I know what it is.
Yeah, we'll let him tell that.
You want in on this raffle, I'm telling you right now. So pay attention to his Facebook page.
Sweet.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
And for me, that makes me Eric B. in your Facebook groups, Eric Burgess, Mr._EatUp82 on Instagram, at Kennedy's Village everywhere on social media, and Kennedy'sVillage.org, where you can find myself, my board, and my wife putting in work for Kennedy's Village. You can find me every other Wednesday, figure banging, on this very channel, but every other Tuesday with these fine gentlemen and some few special guests for Do You Even Transform, Bro? And then I also do a show every now and then called Now and Then with Scott and Bobby on Bobby's Patreon.
Every now and then.
Every now and then. And guys, for us, that's it. We out of here. I say we call it a night.
Peace out.
Peace. Long night.
Push the button.
Out.
Say it with me now. Round.